Tiara, that was very warm. And that is the purpose of this workshop. First, you need to know this is not going to be a one-time event.
All right.
And everything you hear today, it sparks an interest, because maybe we need to bring in an estate attorney to come in and have a talk. Because last year, several years ago, Ms. Coleman and I had our wheels done. We were getting ready to go to Hawaii, and we want to make sure the kids would be okay in case the plane fell out the air, as people say. And that was fine. But at the time, the attorney said, you need to consider a trust. Because the trust will get you past all the probate and all those other expenses that can come up. So this past year, we had a trust drawn up. You need to know, Tiara, that trust booklet is that thick. It's a notebook form. It covers everything you can imagine. Now, former times, the first time they told us, well, that will cost you about $2,500 to do. That was about 10 years ago. More recently, when we had it done, it was $1,100. So it is affordable, and that was just the attorney meeting. You may find it at a more recent thing. What I would not encourage you to do is do the do-it-yourself version. As this Tiara said, in your state, wherever you're from, they may not honor it if it has not been properly prepared. That's just a side point. This workshop, as I said, it's something we wanted to do for some time. In fact, Carol and I talked about doing this more than 10 years ago. And we just didn't get to, she and I both worked, and others worked, and we worked at our own jobs, we worked at the church. But I'm thankful for Reverend Dickens that came on and said, we can do this. And so we're going to do this. And again, as I said, it's not going to be a one-time thing, maybe not monthly. We'll have a topic, and we'll ask you all what topic is most burning in your spirit that we need to talk about, because we want to empower you to be financially secure. There's an older gentleman that I see from time to time, he's a farmer. I'm going to pretend to be farmer myself. But what he said, he lives up in Alachua County. He owns 700 acres. He grows 500, 600 acres of peanuts every year. And we sit around because he also grinds cane for syrup. So we get up, and that's a long process. And so we sit and talk a long time while he's doing that. And he said he's 83. He said his father told him, it's not how much money you make, it's what you do with the money you have. Because in one way or another, we are all on a fixed income. Because how many of us can come in to go into our work tomorrow and say, boss, I need $5,000 more because. It's just like with the annuity that I have from work. It's fixed until the next year. I have to learn to live with what comes in this year until next year. And thank God it is fixed. So that it covers everything. But this morning I want to talk to you about a place to live. For 40 years, I worked for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and they had a home loan division. And that's where I worked. The last 20 years, I worked as a manager in that division. But throughout that process, I helped people get in their homes. Initially, in the job as a young guy getting in back in the 1970s, essentially, instead of letting you make loans, they had you start collecting loans. Because they said, if you can collect a loan, then you know the mistakes that people make. Therefore, when you start making loans, you know what to look for in someone maybe doesn't have the credit or doesn't have the spending habits that they need. So today is very brief. My portion is only about 30 minutes. I'm going to talk about the basics. If you want to do a workshop on home ownership or debt reduction, let us know. Because we will talk about it again. We'll bring in some lenders, we'll bring in some credit counselors, we'll bring in the people that can help you get into your home. Those of you that are already in a home and want to get out of that mortgage, we'll bring in someone who will help you get out of that mortgage. Right? We'll give you some tips on how to pay that mortgage off early. So let's get started, because we don't want to waste any of our time. So, a place to live. What is it? It's a sanctuary. Everyone needs a place to live. Apartments are nice. They provide housing, but you have, and this is another thing I did when I was coming on. We financed apartments. And one of the things that I had to do periodically was go to the apartments. They were particularly low-income apartments. And I had to go in and inspect the apartments. I had to go in and inspect a random number of those apartments. And honestly, to me, and I'm the one doing it, nothing more demeaning than to have to go into someone's place where they live, go in your bathroom, under the cabinets, make sure there are no leaks, go in your closet, make sure there's no problems, go throughout your house, the place where you live. And what really hurt me was one thing, it was for the elderly as well as for just low-income families. And you see many of them come in, they've been resigned to the fact, oh, I'm never going to have anything, and this is the way they're always going to treat me. And so I tried to make it as pleasant as I could when I went into the people's houses, because this was their sanctuary. Whether they owned it or were just renting it, this was their sanctuary. In many cases, it was the best that they could do at that time. But when you know better, you do better. The young people here, there are older people here. You need a place of your own. Because among other things, stop collecting rent receipts. They're not going to be any good. You can't put them on the taxes. Okay. You know that. It is an asset. It's building wealth for you. When Miss Corrine and I got married, she said, we need a house. Of course, I being one who financed houses, I should have known that. But, you know, when you're young and single and don't know any better, you're just out there having fun. But we decided we needed a house. Our first son was born in 1979. We moved out of an apartment and into a house in April. He was born in November. That first house cost us a whopping $36,000. And I recognize 6 years later, when I got transferred to Orlando, we sold that same house for $56,000, a $20,000 profit. We took all the money and we put it on that new house because we didn't even go out and have to take a vacation on our property or anything. Now that we bought a house and it cost $82,000, we paid $19,000 down on it. Today that house is paid off, of course. That house is worth 3 times more what we paid for. That is an asset. And I see my son sitting over there and he's probably thinking, okay, when am I going to get? It's all in the book. His problem is that he's got to share it with his brother. But it is an asset. It helps you build wealth. It gives you something that you can pass on to the next generation so they don't start at the bottom. You know, all my parents, they're not able to leave a house, land, not some money, but they left me with integrity, wisdom, and knowledge of how to get to where I am today. And I'm thankful for them. And there's another whole story about my parents passing as well, but again, we'll do that maybe at a time when we have a workshop on just estate planning and so forth. So it's all these things, we're leaving a legacy for our children, and my parents did that for us. What it's not. It is not a piggy bank. Every time you need some money, you don't go and take out a second mortgage or a payday loan or something of that sort for that house. This is the place, it is, again, that sanctuary. It's that place you can always come back to. But if you have mortgaged it for, to go on vacation, if you mortgage it to get somebody out of jail, if it's your collateral for going on vacation every year, or it's a source of your gambling fund, you got bigger problems. And that house should not be used as a means of getting you through that problem. So that's what it's not. Let's talk about how you get started. Again, this is brief, it's not in detail. How many of you know what your credit score is? That is outstanding. It's a great thing that many times your credit card company will give you that credit score every month when your credit card bill comes in. Know what your credit score is. It has to be at least 640. 640 is the minimum for most lenders even to consider it. And if you're not at 640, guess what? There are credit counseling agencies that will help you get it where it needs to be. Their services are typically free, and I looked up one on last night just to be sure. It used to be consumer credit counseling. I notice now it says consumer debt counseling. They're a 501c3. This particular company is in one of our parks. And their services are free because they understand the value of a person being able to in, the lower your cost will be. It seems odd that, the person who can least afford things charge a high interest rate. So that is they charge you a lower interest rate the higher your credit score is because they figure you're a good risk. And kind of risky are trying to how much they're going to go out there and knock on a door or send a debt collector out and get payments from you. So if you're a good risk, based on your credit score, you're going to have a much easier time. You're going to have a lower payment in getting a house. So now you know that you need a house. Now how do you get there? You got to save. You got to save. It's not something that just falls out of the sky. Because you got closing costs, you got down payment costs. You got to move from where you are to where you're going. You want furnishings where you're going. You got fixtures. One story that I thought was peculiar to me was back in the late 70s, early 80s, I interviewed a family for a house. Their credit was fine. The numbers were good as far as the income versus expenses. And I told them, we always did our interviews on Fridays. I told them, okay, you're eligible for a house loan. We'll be back in contact with you with the things that you need to do. And they went away just as happy as they could be. Well, unfortunately, they left my office and went to Baghdad.
Yeah, hot.
They bought a house full of furniture. We got, and we checked 2 or 3 times in the process, and just before closing, we ran the credit again. We saw that they owed several $1,000s to Baghdad for furniture. I had to call them back in. I told them they had 2 options. You have your furniture, or you have your house. They called Babcock up and said, come get this furniture. As opposed to the house is more valuable. So yes, you need those things. You need furnishings, but as long as you got a bed that you can bring to your house and sleep in, and an old house that you can bring in, that's good. Because once you get there, you can build on that. Because once you have the house, once you have a place to live in that sanctuary, you can build on that. Because that's important. You need an emergency fund because the unexpected is going to happen. I can always promise you. There's job loss. There's injuries at work. Cars break down. I don't care how good they are. Cars break down. Medical expenses come along. A young couple, they have children, and you'd be surprised what while a child's a great asset, Maxine, when you're doing your taxes, you got to pay for that child year round. So you got to make sure you can accommodate that child that's in your life and other things. And for some of us now, because you're like me, you got a little gray hair in your head, you have parents that you may have to help take care of. So you may have to be using part of your assets to help the parents. So you need that emergency fund. In addition, maintenance funds come up. Our house was built in 1985. I think we replaced one before, but last November we had a nice surprise. We got to put a new roof on our house. $14,000 later. I don't have leaks, but $14,000 later. And thank God there is not a credit card or a second mortgage or anything out that we were able to because we had saved to pay for that repair. So those are all things you think about the same, but then home higher education classes. The value there is in Orange County in particular. And I know the legislature keeps trying to fiddle with this, but in Orange County you can get up to $30,000 down payment and closing cost assistance for your home. Where else can you go if someone's going to give you $30,000 to help you buy a home? In other counties, it's not as much that Orange County is one of the higher ones, but then again, the legislature keeps playing with that number. Every time you have a board recorded or you do anything with the clerk's office, you pay a fee. A portion of that fee goes into this fund. The legislature figured out there were billions of dollars in there, so they started raiding that money several years ago. And so the amount of money will vary year to year, and talking about reducing it to make sure that it goes as far as it needs to. But that fund is there. If you're interested in getting a home, you can find a home buyer education class, take the class, get a certificate, and that's free money that's available when you get ready to buy your home. of us want it to be taken back from us. Remember as well that the higher the cost of the house, the more your taxes and insurance will be. Remember also that every year your taxes and your insurance are going to go up. They always do. If you've been a long time homeowner, then you know that by state law they can only go up a certain amount each year. But if you're a first time, because for instance, we bought a house in 1985. The taxes on a house, including garbage and all that stuff, is like $1,900. Well, someone that is new, buying their first house, the taxes on that same house would be $5,000. But they recognize that long-time homeowners needed a break, and so because you've been in your home a long time, they're only allowed to go up a certain small percentage each year. So recognize that you're going to have a debt, and we're talking just before, and an important point came up. If you are able to put down at least 20% on the purchase of a home, I know that you only need to put down 3.5% to get a home. If you're able to put down 20% or more, you can avoid paying into escrow. For anyone that has a home that's familiar with escrow, it's when they take money out above the payment, make sure you pay your taxes and your insurance. Well, if you notice at the end of the year, there's always an excess in the escrow account because they don't have to go in theirs. If you have at least 20% equity in your home, you can ask your mortgage company to let you out of the escrow. Many of them won't, some of them will. I know the last time when we did have a mortgage, we refinanced, I said to him, in effect, I'm a grown man, I can pay my own tax and insurance. And let me out of it. Well, what that means is now the onus is on you. You've got to save enough money to pay your taxes when they come due and your insurance when it comes due. But it's better if you're saving that money in your savings account as opposed to the escrow account where they pay no interest on those accounts. But again, make sure you're disciplined enough to pay that yourself before you say, I can do it myself. And you want to pay that house off sooner than later. If you ever look at one of those stupid lending statements, that long statement that they give you when you buy a house, you'll see that in reality, you typically pay for that house 3 times. Because interest over the life of the loan, if you do a 30-year loan, let's say you borrow $100,000, you may pay back $400,000 principal and interest. So you want to pay it off sooner rather than later. And the bottom line is, buy what meets your needs. Buy what meets your needs. Yes, because you think if you're a young couple, you're going to have more children. You don't want to buy a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom home. You probably need 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom home, but it doesn't have to be a castle. Whatever it is, your castle, it's going to be your castle, because it's going to be your sanctuary, but buy what you need. And the last, is to get to my portion, work with professionals. It's great to have friends that are in the business. But sometimes friends and business don't mix. Friends, family, thank you. Recognize that this is a business transaction. It's not friends going out to lunch. It is a business transaction. Because at the end of the day, as I said, that loan is going to be paid either 2 ways. Either you're going to pay it off or they're going to take the house back from you. So when we go into this, it is a business transaction, treat it like one. It is the largest purchase that most of us will ever make in our lifetime. So treat it as something, treat it as what it is. So work with professionals, credit counselors, reputable mortgage originators, because there's some people out there that will take money from you, say they're going to originate a loan for you, and you give them money, and you never see them again. Or you give them money, and they say, oh, we can't do it right now. Or the company I was going to send you, they went out of business. But either way, they got your money. And they're not coming back. It's hard to get a refund from somebody that is not reputable. Realtors and home inspectors. Haven't been around as long as I have. I've seen so many funny stories. Again, when we were in town, always been in. That's okay, we'll let him do it. Because it's one thing, it's like I said, being your own attorney is the worst attorney in the world because you don't think of all the things you should. Same thing with buying a house or anything else. So we got this gentleman help us. His last name is same as Corin's maiden name. So we got pretty good guy. Even though he was not related. So we let him go out and show us a couple of houses, and he showed us a house or two. But mostly we rode by and looked at signs. Over time, that got old, and he said, "Well, if you see a house you like, just let me know, and I'll get you in." I'm doing the work. What are you doing the work? Because I'm gonna pay you that 5 to 7% commission for this regardless. So we came on like the second, third time out. We're gonna told Maureen, I'm not going out with this fellow anymore. You need to find one real estate agent. And Maureen was working at a bank in Tampa, and this gentleman came in, he was a realtor. She'd seen him several times. She knew he was reputable, but he was always in making transactions. So she got him. The gentleman took us out twice. By the time we went out the second time, we drove up to this house. Maureen said, "That's it." We bought the house. Got us in the house. Took us through the whole process. There were no problems with the house, and it worked out well. But now, that second part, it says, realtor and home inspector. As I said, we moved into the house, I think it was like April or May of the year. Our son Vincent was born in November of the year. Of course, when we came in, we turned on the air conditioner because it's springtime, it's hot. Air conditioner was fine. When we brought Vincent home from the hospital in November, and it was a little chilly, I flicked on the heat. The air conditioner worked fine. There was no heat strips had fried or whatever they did. I was late about that. But the air conditioner did not work. So with that new child, I went out like a beautiful ball and bought space heaters to make sure that you don't really want a space heater in the house. That's an accident waiting to happen. So I had to go to my credit union and get the money to buy an air conditioner. And I had a home inspector, which is more common today. That home inspector would have walked through that entire house. They would have known everything in that house that was wrong. And they could have said to me, "This doesn't work, put it in the contract. This doesn't work, put it in the contract. This doesn't work, they may not pay for it. This is what you need to be prepared to pay for in case it was wrong." Yes, sir.
I just wanted to make a statement when you were talking about like the down payment assistance program. All the down payment assistance programs make you have a home inspection. They have a list of people. Because when I bought my house a few years ago, I went through one. And so the home inspection, I had to do a home inspection, a termite inspection, and another inspection. But they have specific people that they want you to go through depending on the program. Some programs are open, but the program that I went through, you had a list of people that you had to go that they consider reputable to go through, the terms and conditions of their program.
Exactly. Thank you. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the whole process, go through my section and then Reverend Dickens' section, and then we're going to have a question and answer session. And again, Denise, I want to thank for helping to organize this. We're going to talk about the next step. And again, the next step is what do we want to talk about next? When we go here, how can we do this, and so forth. But yes, you want reputable people, you need that home inspector, closing agents, attorneys, all those people are important. So the point is you can do this. Anyone can. You just got to make it a priority and treat it as business. And you can get through it. Now the other portion, this portion is short, but it goes on the same line. Everybody see that? Okay, now you got that mortgage. What are you going to do with it? You want to pay it off. You want to pay it off early if you can, because again, that $100,000 house, even if you get one, it's going to cost you maybe $400,000 by the time you pay it off. So you want to pay it off early, because the earlier you pay it off, the less interest you're going to pay. Assuming it is truly your sanctuary, because it's yours some banks, they're restricted in terms of how you can just send that extra money or not. You don't need to get a service, because there are services out there that specialize in helping people pay their mortgage off. Give us this fee, and we'll help you pay that mortgage off early. No, don't do that. That's money that could be going against your mortgage. The only one you really need to talk to is your lender. If your lender has no problem with sending an extra $5 or $500, that's all you need to know. Just follow their rules. Um, so, add extra to your mortgage every month without fail. You can pay bi-weekly. There's some programs, actually some mortgages where you can pay bi-weekly. If you pay bi-weekly, you actually are making 26 payments, which is 2 extra years. Typically, you only get 12 payments or 24 partial payments, but if you pay every 2 weeks, those will get paid every 2 weeks. But it's all a matter of budgeting. But after Maxine gets you that big tax return, take some or all that tax return and invest it in your house. It is an investment. One of the things I'd like to see us talk about in a future class is investing. Because once you have got your debts under control, you know how much money you have, then you need to start investing. Because until you start investing, you really just sort of getting back. But again, that's for another day, another topic. So take a portion of that tax return. One of the things we did more so with our retirement, again, another topic, every year when we would get a raise, before that money started going into our account, we started thinking of all the things we can do with this extra money. We put a portion of our raises into our deferred comp plan. Because once that money starts coming in your hands, you figure out ways to use it. It's hard to take it back and put it into a deferred comp or anything else because you're so used to using it. But take those raises, if not all, the portion of it, put it into paying off your mortgage. Put it in your deferred comp or your savings plan. And it was strange. I ran the office for the last 20 years and worked there, but guess what? The last 20 years I worked there, for bag lunch almost every day. I sat at my desk and I ate my lunch. Now, for me, because I didn't like going out and all that, and I know the food I would go out to a fast food place and eat is going to kill me. Of course, it's put weight on me. Anyway, taking that bag lunch. Go to public storage, buy your meat food, get your fruit, whatever, and you'd be surprised how much money you will save. Some like Starbucks or other places like Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme. Think of how much that probably adds up in the run of a week, a month, or a year. So take some of that donut money and put it into paying off your mortgage. Now, refinancing your house into consideration because as interest rates go up and down, especially when they're going down, you get a better rate. Remember, when you refinance your house, they don't do that for free because it basically is another loan closing. So you're going to have a closing cost again. So the question is, the cost of doing another loan closing, $3,000 to $4,000 in some cases, is it worth that, or do you just act like you refinance? Pay extra. Now, yes, if you got an 8% mortgage, and you have an opportunity to get a 4% mortgage, run for it. Because what you consider is how long will it take you to make up the cost of closing costs. If the difference in your payment and interest rates are such that it will help you do that within 24 months, it probably works out. If it's going to take you 3 or 4 years to make up that difference for those closing costs, no. Act just like you refinance your loan, you just pay extra. And remember, every extra payment reduces the principal and saves you interest. Is help available? I think all of you know me. I'm always around the church. If we got still, if you will, connected. And if I can't help you, I'll be glad to refer you to someone that can help you with that process. As Matthew 7:7 says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open. One last point, and then I'm going to let Reverend Dickens take over. Budgeting is key to me in this. How you budget your funds. One of the old principles they taught and talked about a long time ago is take a diary and for a month write down every penny that you spend on everything. And you'd be surprised at what you spend your money on. Because then when you look at that diary, you decide, okay, I didn't have to buy that, I didn't have to buy this, I didn't have to buy this, and all that equates to some huge amount of money that, yes, you want good things. You to a degree deserve your things because you work hard for your money. But make sure that your money is working for you as well. So manage your money well, and your money will take care of you.
Good morning. Now, first and foremost, let me say that I am extremely grateful each and every one here this morning that thought about robbery be here. First of all, allow me to get some disclaimers out of the way. I didn't come here this morning to sell you anything. There's no cost or obligation. I do have license to help some folks. But what I want you to have the knowledge and the inspiration to do what you need to do. The old saying, it's not biblical, but I used to hear my mother say, God help those who help themselves. She used to also say that if you take one step forward, God will take 2 steps ahead of you. Amen? Go with me for a little while. Let's just pretend that if we were to have served breakfast and we didn't have no format, we didn't have no program, and we had 2 lines. One was a $100 line, and the next was a $20 line. And I was going to be the one that bless all of y'all for coming out and having breakfast with me this morning. You come down the line, I was going to stamp your wrist to mark that you got your $100, and even if you decide to go to the $20 line, and we're going to stamp the other arm and to let us know that you got your $20. And we did that the next 2 months. And after that, the next 2 months. Could y'all imagine it would be like standing room only? Because you come here and you would just eat and you get you $100 and I don't care how much money you have, you can always find something to do with more. Right? But after February, and then after April, and the next 2 months after that is what? Y'all help me. It'll be June. Right? About that time, let me show you a visionary, a smart person. And I know we got quite a few in here. Somebody will come to me and ask me, tell me exactly what you know, so I'll be able to do what you do. But what you do, if you're gainfully employed, what you do, you can actually do what I do because your job is a vehicle that can get you to the level that you need to be. We do not plan to fail. We just fail to plan. Y'all get that? Yeah. Nobody sets out with a plan of failure. But what happens is we don't plan. In other words, we don't have a destination. Every airplane that runs down a runway has a what? Has a destination. The plane just doesn't run down the runway and get off in the air just to go nowhere. Because what? That just don't make sense. Am I right? Amen. So what we need to be able to be successful, to be able to have some accomplishments, we need a what? Plan. We need a plan. We need a destination. Get that? You got a plan and destination. Now, the next slide. Okay. Now, I really need your attention on this. This is very important. Everybody, could you look this way, please? Could you look this way? In the Gospel of St. Matthew, we are told to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. We see that? Now, as a believer, our first and foremost thing that should be important on our agenda as believers, and I believe everybody in here, this room, is a believer of the Lord Jesus Christ. Once you have accepted his already accomplished redemptive and finished works upon the cross, the Bible says that you are saved. It's the uncreated life that God gives. Creative life that God gave to Adam when he blew into his nostril the breath of life and man became a living soul. So when we are saved, we receive God's very own uncreated life. That should be first and foremost. That you believe, you trust God for your salvation, and then when this life is over, we're going home to another place, a building not made by hands. Now, the second part of that verse, which I believe is Matthew 6 and 33, seek ye first the kingdom. And he goes on and he said, all other things should be added unto you. Once you are assured your salvation, the next most important thing in life should be our growth and our development. Okay? Let's say that. Growth and development. Okay? That's important because once you're saved, given to those who read and adhere to his word. Now, if somehow or another you are caught up in overspending, credit card misuse, or you don't really have a financial plan, you're just doing whatever, and that's the results that you're getting, whatever. And when you wake up and you smell the coffee, you're not really where you know you want to be, and you know you're not where you should be. Well, right then and there, that's a teaching moment, because what has happened is that you have allowed flesh to get in the way, and flesh is trying to satisfy flesh, and most of the time we satisfy flesh by the things that we can buy or the things that we can get in our possession. And what happens is this cycle just keeps going on and on and on and on. You get to the point where we bought so much stuff, and we're buying so much stuff, and we are drowning ourselves in sorrow. It don't matter how much stuff you buy. It don't matter how much stuff you acquire. It don't matter how much stuff you want. You will never ever be able to satisfy yourself, because God will never ever put anything on this earth that would take his place. He has built a vacuum in us that only he can feed. So how you want to replace materialism, you replace it with spirituality. So that means that in our busy schedule, I said I'm included, you're going to have to pick up your book, and you're going to have to read, because that is how God communicates with us. He communicates with us through his word and through his spirit. So you got to get reconnected. It's very easy to fall in these trappings. Now, I'm here to help folks. I'm mostly am I inspired. Okay? Now the areas of debt, retirement, emergency planning, all of these things, they are easily available. Only thing we have to do is we have to just sort of refocus on exactly what we want, where we are, and where we want to be. Okay? Now, let me go off script just for a little bit. Now, what I do is when I sit down with either a couple or individual, I ask them this simple question. I ask folks, how long you been working? Some tell me 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Okay? And I ask them, in the span of the years that you have been working, how much money you say on the average that you have made each year, that you have cleared once you have paid your debt and your obligations, your bills? They will give me an amount. And I would time the amount times the years they have worked. And I would add it up on the paper, and I would say, well, if you've been working, let's say 40 years, and let's say after your bills have been paid, let's say what's left over is, let's say $6,000. So somebody help me out with that math. Over a 40-year period, and you have, after your bills and your obligations, responsibility have been met, you have $6,000 at your disposal. How much money you should have at 40 years? Come on, say it out. You said it. You got it right. $240,000. So I would ask the client, I would say, $240,000. Can you put your hand on $240,000? And they look at me and honestly tell me, no. No. They say no, and guess what? They say, you're not even close. You're not even close. So once again, if I can get you with a game plan, get you a game plan. Because even though I teach this, I'm included. Okay, I have a game plan. Okay, whatever I have and whatever I have acquired, I still want more. You know, there's a such thing as called either you are needy or you're greedy. Y'all kind of figure out which one I am. Huh? I'm more ambitious. Because you know why? Because next slide. Now, learning to be responsible financial stewards of finances that God has entrusted us is a difficult challenge for many Christians. However, you don't have to be alone struggling with your financial investment decision. The Bible encourages us to seek wisdom and counsel. Okay? Now, let's look at this. Did you know how much God talks about these things, these aspects in the Bible? Baptism, 40 verses. Faith, 350 verses. Prayer, 275 verses. Love, 650 verses. But when it comes down to financial, material, possessions, and wealth, he talks about it how many times? Why? Why? Huh? Why? Because you hear this in homegrown service. God is too wise to do what? And he's too just to do what? Do wrong. So if he put us here, and he being all wise, he knew that money would be very, very important. Now, go with me right here. And good morning, Elder. We grace your presence this morning.
Good morning.
2,350 verses. Watch this. Your spirituality and your finances are not separate. They're intricately connected. 2,350 verses prove that. If it's in the Bible, that means that it is what? It's spiritual. So how do I apply the 2,350 verses in the Bible that God deals with financial matters, possession, and wealth? First of all, you got to get saved. We got to stop playing church. And see, every time you play church, You come and you leave the same way. Don't blame no pastor, no preacher on that. You go get the material and teach yourself. Because it's just that important. This is important because in a time of need, family are going to help you just for a little while. And after a little while, they're going to start giving these disclaimers and they're going to start distancing themselves from you. I've been hearing this all my life. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child has got it on. But look at 3 John in the back of the Bible near Revelation. 3 John 1 and 2. He said, "Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prosper." God is very much involved in our success as far as our health, our mind. Don't you know that your mind wants to be in peace? Your mind wants to be happy. We have emotions in our heart as well as in our mind. That's when you get so angry you want to kill somebody. That don't come from your heart, it comes from your mind. Your mind wants to be happy. Your mind don't want to be stressed out week after week, month after month, year after year. That's a strain on the brain trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. You got to do a whole lot of stuff that you don't want to do, some stuff you do illegally. The mind don't want to go through that. You're overworking the mind. That's why folks resort to drinking, substance, even suicide. It's just too much. But if you plan on working for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, if you have those on the table, we can work out a plan that would, I think that would be very, very helpful to you. The question, you don't have to answer this out loud. Did everybody see this? It says, your definition of financial freedom. Is that permanent in your mind? What are you thinking about? Do you have an aspect of what that actually is saying? Do y'all realize, I want y'all to hear this and hear me clearly. Do y'all realize that he's right? He's 100% right. Do y'all realize that when Trump just says whatever comes up comes out? Do y'all realize where that comes from? That is mine. He's a self-made. He doesn't need anybody or anything. So when you are self-made, guess what that means? I don't care what y'all think or what y'all say. Y'all can't help me. That's the way people who are on another level, that's their mindset. Having financial freedom means to be able to, I own my own time. So if I own my own time, that means that I don't have to go to nobody's job. Because when I go to the job, I'm putting up with a whole lot of stuff I don't really want to put up with. I'm putting up with some folks who I don't like. They don't like me. I don't like the rules. The job got more rules than the army. I don't like the pay. They definitely don't pay me what I deserve. I don't like the hours. I don't like the workload. I just don't like this, but I have to do this because this is what keeps me afloat. This is what pays my bills. This is what keeps me alive. Financial freedom. Here is a good definition of financial freedom. Building your life on God's financial principles so you can completely trust God to guide you and provide for you. In a nutshell, what this means is that once you understand the biblical principles of sowing and reaping, next to your salvation, nothing more, no more important in this life in sowing and reaping. Because it is a life of what? Expectation. God says what? Put him to the test and prove him. That he will not what? Open the doors of heaven. I'm going to show you one thing. You can pay God first, and you can pay yourself first at the same time. Tithes off the top, pay myself, come right out of my account. That's the system that we live in. Because the government don't even trust us to pay our taxes. That's why before you get your check, it's already taken out.
All right, that's cool.
Because if the government had to depend on us paying our taxes, we will still be building jails and prisons. Okay? So, new definition. Now, if you've done things your way, how much success have you had? Now, once you get in tune with God and you get in tune with His Word, you're going to see things His way. It's going to be hard because discipline is hard. I know a guy years ago, he made $1 million a year. This guy had 2 pair of shoes, black and brown. He made $1 million a year. Now, as it pertains to me, I'm nowhere near no $1 million, never have been. And I can tell you that today, I definitely have more than 2. More like 2 times 2 times 2. Yes, in that area. Let's move on. Now, here. Scripture says in Romans 13:8, it says, "Owe no man anything but to love one another, for love another has fulfilled the law." What eats at our wealth building ability is debt. It's so easy to give folks your social security number, where you work, and we tell them fibs about how much money we make. We really make 30,000, but we tell them 60. They don't check. Only thing they do is that they check you out enough to know that we think that if we give you this card, that you're going to get in trouble. What happens also is that when we get a job, we want that new car. And what happens is that when we go on the car lot and the dealer opens the door, that new car smell rushes out. And we don't really know how we're going to pay for it. We really don't care. Only thing we know is that this car looks good, smells good, and if I put on me some clothes, it's going to make me look like I got it going on. Mr. Big Stuff. What happens in debt is that you are borrowing money that you don't have to pay for stuff you can't afford. You got credit cards? Pull your credit cards out. Y'all work with me this morning. Y'all family. Pull your credit cards out. You got a credit card? Very quickly. Pull your credit card out. Okay, just touch your credit card. Now, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. This is very important. Watch this. There's a difference between a credit card and a debit card. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I don't have to write down my expenditures because my debit card tells me when I made a deposit, when I made a withdrawal, and it also records all my transactions. So I don't have to wonder about where my money is going. I can grab my phone and it will tell me where my money is going. The problem with debt is, y'all got to hear this. Hear me very clearly. The problem with debt is that we have fallen in love with credit cards. Good. Get Dave Ramsey book, Money Makeover. You've been there, done that. Had problems with credit card? Yes. More than once. But I discovered what the banks are doing. They don't tell us what they're doing. In a sense, they do tell us, because they tell us what the variable interest is on a yearly basis. And they're getting what, 21, 29%? Well, when you are in debt, you are paying credit cards, banks, the use of their money. How you reverse that is that you get yourself started in a savings account, a little emergency account. So when the car breaks down, you can go to your own sources and put down that credit card. In the time of need, if you need a new refrigerator, whatever the expense may be, you can fund your own expense instead of using debt. Because once again, once we use debt, we are using what? OMP. Other people's money. What happens The drawback is this. The drawback is this. Let me give you a small vision to whomever it may apply to. Most of us start working around, 22? We finished high school at 18, 4 years of college, 22, we get a job around 22. Okay, you started working 17, okay. But here's a good vision. Is that whenever you start, whatever profession, whatever job of your choosing, you should choose a job that you're going to be there for a good long time. Because you cannot build stability job hopping. Okay? Every job, there's going to be some crap. Every job, there's going to be some stuff that you don't like. Some people you don't like. The pay you don't like. There's going to be some stuff that don't agree with you. But you got to put up with it. At the end, it's going to make you strong. Okay? Because once you job hop, okay, you made $30, you've been here 5 or 10 years, and you just can't take it no more, and now you quit, now you're $30, you find a new job, now you're going to have to go back to $15 an hour. Now you're still going to have problems. Okay? Now, once you start working, especially if you're home or you're in a situation where you can save some money, get enough money to get that down payment for that house or condo. Then make sure you have at least 3 or 6 months emergency account, in just in case the devil's busy, in case you just get your job, there's an interruption. Whether they lay off or some jobs get jealous because you have a home and they're always going to be renters, and now you coming up, folks don't like that, so somehow you get railroaded, or they just make it so hard that you just walk away and you want to quit. Be prepared. But the debt thing gets in the way of our wealth building ability. Instead of paying on that car $30,000, I love new cars. But when I add up the cost of a new car, the insurance every 6 months, the gas, and the interest I have to pay the bank because I didn't pay the car completely off when I bought it. I just gave them a down payment. But good stewardship always adds up the cost. Okay? What we don't do is that $30,000 car, $20,000 car, $25,000 car, brand new, smells good, look good. That amount of money put away over a period of time, and when it receives the compounding effect of interest, you will notice that $30,000 over a 10-year, 15-year, 20-year period of time adds up to a lot of money. And the reason why I won't buy a new car, can I afford it? Yes. What I want, can I pay for it in cash? Yes. But when you go, write this down. I'm dealing with my clients. I tell them to go to investor.gov. Okay, it's a SEC website. Investor.gov. Okay, you go down to where Yes. Now, when you go there, according to what search engine, it's kind of sensitive to certain search engine. Now, when you go there, you go to where it says compounding interest calculator. Now, up top is going to ask you for the initial investment. Just put in that cart that you paid 5 years, 6 years for. Just put in that $30,000. Okay. Next, what you want to do is you want to fill in the blanks. Okay. Let's start 10 years. And then put in like a 7 to 8% interest. One is regular interest, the other is variance. And it's going to compound yearly. And what you do at the bottom, you hit that submit button. $30,000 and a 7 and 8% interest rate. Long as it stays circulating, 20 years is going to be different from 10 years, and 10 years is going to be different from 30 years. And when you hit that submit button, and when you get an amount, you'll see why a brand new car at $30,000 is paying too much. One thing about when it comes down to reaping and sowing, you have to have in your mind first, faith is a state of mind. So whatever it is that we want financially, it has to be in our mind. It's in the mind before it gets in your portfolio or your account. Because the scripture says, as a man, what? Thinketh. So is he. So if you see yourself with debt, and you continue on with debt, then you're going to get what? More debt. But if you see yourself, and everybody in here who's going to work for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, if you can see yourself being that $100,000 man or that $100,000 woman, believe me, there is a difference. There is a difference in your outlook of life. There is a difference in how you carry yourself, how you treat people, how you love, how you think. There is a difference in your life when you become one of the have compared to the have-nots. When you have it to give. You have it to share. Because you know why? Because as I give, he keeps on what? Giving back. God does not bless us to just hoard everything that we have and put it under the blanket, or put it under the mattress, or put it in a pillowcase, or put it in a coffee jar, or put it in the freezer. No, he blessed you to be a blessing. So when you're able to give, when you're able to bless folks, when you're able to bless your church, folks are going to look at you a little differently, in a good way. They're going to treat you better. They're going to respect you better. But nobody has no type of love or respect for people that always got hand out. You in need. You ain't never got. And there's a reason why that we're in that predicament. There's a reason why. It's because we love to overspend. We love doing whatever we want to do. Next slide. I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to come back to that. It says, if you are continuously strapped financially and are sick and tired of it, God has help for you. Many today live on borrowed time and borrowed money. The Bible does not teach, as some propose, that all debt is wicked and sinful. However, it does teach us that the undesirability of debt should be a last resort. God may occasionally allow it in order to teach us discipline. However, he never meant it to be a way of life. Now, I can shorten that. I can paraphrase that. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're into, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. You got to get to the point where you hate debt. You got to get to the point where you hate it. I'm talking about you hate it with a passion. Because what it does is that it straps you, it robs you from your ability to grow and develop. But I'm going to hit on this a little bit, and I'm going to expound on this a little bit too. Let's just stop falling for the okie doke. Banks want to give you equity loan. They want to give you a second loan. And they make it so attractive. They make it so that they're doing something for you and giving you something for free. Unless you are a shareholder, no business makes you money. They make themselves money. They tell you that you can refinance. But if the numbers don't add up, don't trust them. Ask other bankers, ask other folks that's in this industry. Ask them, is this a good deal? Is this something that I should be working on? Is this something that I should be dealing with? How am I doing time? Retirement. Retirement. When do you start planning for retirement? When you start working. Because over a period of time, you can put in very little, and over a period of time, little turns into what? Much. The retirement is important is because some of the things. You may get to the age where you can't work. You may get to the age where it's difficult to work. Well, some others type of extremity where it's hard or you can't work. So you have what you would call a retirement account. You have something in place just in case you just can't work until you drop dead. Okay? Now, life insurance. The best life insurance to get is term insurance. Why? It provides the best protection at the best cost. The younger you are, the more cheap it is. As you get older, you get health issues. They come along with life territory. Life insurance companies know this. So the cost of insurance becomes more. Get it while you're young. What is life insurance? Life insurance is income payment for asset protection. In other words, if you're married or you folks are depending on your salary, it keeps you from moving in with your sister or your brother or your mom or your daddy or your brothers. You have enough funds to move on. Okay? Now, there were some questions that was given to us, and I'm going to take the rest of my 8 or 9 minutes to address these. One of the questions was how to manage my resources. How to manage your resources is that you just have to have a plan for the direction of where your money is going. That's about as simple as I can make it. Money management. I love to talk about my mother because she taught me all I knew. Mom can hold on to $1 to the heart. Okay? Money management means that we're going to have to learn how to say what? No. I can't afford that. Okay, how to save and not touch it. You need an account where you just can't take your debit card, stick it in the machine, and get money out. You got to be a little more harder process than that. Some accounts you can get your money, but if you just make it that much harder, the deterrent is there. How to do a monthly budget. That's simple. What you bring in compared to what goes out. Now, what comes in compared to what goes out might mean that you need another stream of income. So you live in the 21st century where you got to have more than one thing going for yourself. Amen? Amen. Credit repair. I didn't need no professionals. If you need professionals to help you out, what I did was I got my credit report and I looked at it and I noticed who I owe, and I put them on a list and I called them up and I made an agreement. Every month, a certain amount of money went towards chopping down the tree. You got to chop down the tree. Because if the tree of debt remains, then that's hindering me from my certain amount of money I want or need in my portfolio. So I can't have any hindrance in my way. Where we at? Credit repair. Like I told you before, there's Brother Fuller said, there's a 1-800 number. freecreditreport.com. Call them, go online. Aspects of financial planning. First of all, you have to know what it is that you want. You got to have a desire. You got to be committed no matter what happens. Who don't get paid. Your financial planning is very, very important. Financial investments, everybody's case and situation is different. What we do is we do a profile. I have to know where you work, how much money you make, what is your goal, when you're going to need this money, how much investment experience you have and don't have. All that is equated to your whether or not you are an experienced investor or a non-experienced investor. So it's case by case. Retirement information, if you're working, 401ks, most 401ks, like I said, most folks don't spend 20, 30, and 40 years on the job. So whatever you have in your 401k probably won't be sufficient to cover the lifestyle that you will want at retirement. Stability after retirement. That's simple. How long have you been planning for retirement? How much you have for retirement? What are your expenses in retirement? All that is important in the equation. All right, individual retirement accounts. It's according to how much money you have in there. How many years have you been contributing towards it? Interest rate, good and bad. You got 10 years of work, 20 years of work. Don't worry about it. Because what happens is the market is either going to be up or it's going to be down. Lately, I've been watching it go up. That's a good feeling. Now it goes down. Folks who are not investment savvy, what you do is you panic and you go throwing all your money out of your account. Okay? What you do is that it goes down, don't worry about it. Don't even stop looking at it. Because now your money is buying the stock at a cheaper price. It'll work itself back up. Believe me, it will. Remember George W. Bush when he was president? Remember when and I'm not finished. Remember when the stock market was? What? Around what? 7,000, 8,000? Dropping a little, 10,000? Where is that today?
29,000.
We're approaching what, 30,000? So can you imagine how many folks have made money from when George W. Bush was president? I think that was 2000. And now it's what? 2020. Been a lot of millionaires. That's why a lot of folks love Barack Obama. He came in and what? He changed that thing around. Okay? Refinancing mortgages. Be careful. Okay? Be careful. Understand what you're doing and how you're doing it. Because once again, once you've paid off your property, once you've paid off your mortgage, that is the time in which it is a good time for you to begin your wealth building process. It's very important. There's nothing more hard in life. Life in itself is hard. But what is extremely hard is that you get to a point where you are of age and you got to struggle. You got to depend on folks. You got to beg folks. And we don't want to go out like that. Okay? Things go much better when we plan. Okay? Do I have time to open up for questions? Questions. Come on now, somebody give me a challenge. Come on, give me something. Yes, Abazalia.
I'm not trying to give you a challenge, but I just want to make a statement. When you said term life insurance is the best, and for the reason you gave, I agree with that it's a lower amount to pay for a higher amount. However, term life sets a age limit, and if you live past that, then all your insurance money gone. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because mine ends at 68. Well, I'm 63. God knows I want to be here 5 more years. So all that money I have paid into that term life, is it all gone? Well, no. I have two. I have whole life and term, but I have whole life and term. Well, change it over some big amount.
Thank you for that question. Now, don't take my word, Susie Altman. Y'all watch on television, right?
Oh, yes.
She would tell you there is no reason that you will ever need whole life. I don't care what they call it, they got a different names for it. They've even changed the way they structured whole life. The first 5 to 7 years, it appears that you have term life. And then after that 7th year, the rates balloon. Because once they have collected your rates for the 5 to 7 years, they don't care if you let the policy lapse or cancel it. Okay? Now, insurance is designed for one thing and one thing only. The insurance company bears your risk, or they share your risk. Okay? Insurance is the same as your car insurance. You don't have an accident, your car insurance send you back the money you gave them?
No.
Do they send you back half the money they send you?
No.
That you sent them? Your homeowner's insurance. You don't have no fire, there's no storm, nothing happens. Over a 5-year, 10-year period, do they send you a rebate? So why would we ever think that the life insurance company are going to give you back money just because you still living? It don't work that way. Honestly, if you learn nothing else today, learn this. The two biggest companies in this country, first is banking. Second is insurance. Banking. Right. This system cannot last without banking. That's why the government had to build out car companies and different companies to keep this thing afloat. Okay? If you had your whole life policy for quite a while, it's probably in your best interest to keep it. But if you're young, if you're in good health, stay away from whole life, just like you will stay away from a serpent, a scorpion. Because it ain't nothing but poison. Bad news. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So to Elder's question, so if you have term life and it terms at age 68, what happens? Because now you turned out.
Once again, listen to me very clearly. I'm gonna make this about as clear as the nose on my face. You need insurance because if something happened to you, God forbid, you can't make the person left behind cannot make the house payment, the car payment, they cannot live without your income. Okay? That is the very intent for insurance. It is income replacement, asset protection. Okay? You don't need insurance for your whole life. You have insurance because the years of which you are paying bills and you are obligated and your paycheck is so you don't really have sufficient amount of money in your account or your bank account to cover your expenses. So God forbid, when something happens to you, the insurance does what? Kick in. Now let me show you the mentality of other race of people. Jewish folks, what they do is they get the insurance at a very early age. Let's say 22, 25, the term insurance. You get a 35-year term. What happens is that there's $500,000 on the husband, $500,000 on the wife. Now, if something happens to either one of them, they don't get that check and take it to the bank and start buying new cars and furniture to everybody in the family houses and start picking up the check to strangers at the restaurant and all this stuff, crazy stuff. What they do is that they put that $500,000 in an account and they live off the income. And the principal, they live off the interest. And the principal stays the same. So that's how they're able, wealth is passed from one generation to the next. Yes, brother. You're next.
She was first.
We're going to get everybody. We got about 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
This whole, term life, like Elder says, I was that other person, I was that Jewish person, that we bought insurance and we bought term insurance at an early age. When I turned 63, I got a letter from AARP saying that effective at age 63 on my birthday, December 11th, my policy was done. I was gonna have to get a new insurance. Well, I panicked. But one thing about it, God was on our side because we had an insurance company that was scheduled to come talk to the seniors that following Wednesday, and I think it's Northwestern, I'm not sure. And he explained the difference in term life and whole life. And what you're saying is nothing what he said. So what he did for us was he gave us came up with a policy for the seniors that were here that had term life. And we had to start, I had to start all over again. And starting over again, that meant my premium was going to be higher because I'm 63 now. I was going to have to wait to get a physical. I was also going to have to wait 1 year before the insurance kicked in. So if I died within that year, I'm dead with no insurance. So they have a plan, I think it's Northwestern, where you don't, as a senior, when you turn your age, you don't have to wait to get a doctor's approval. You don't have to wait to pay more for your insurance policy, nor do you have to wait. So with elders, you need to look into another insurance.
I have two.
That money
I have
is
several.
gone.
I have several, that's why I ain't got no money.
Thank you. This elder, listen to me very quickly.
Okay.
Listen to me very quickly. Ask yourself the question. Why do you need life insurance? And you have to answer that question for yourself. Okay? Is it for burial? Is it for some type of beneficiary? Right? Life insurance is designed in case you don't live that long. Okay? Your life insurance won't do you any good. It'll benefit your beneficiary.
That's right.
Okay?
So
guess what? What I'm saying to you,
is good if you, when you dead, that's what life insurance is good, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
what I'm saying to you is that your life insurance, watch this now. Y'all listen to this. Your life insurance, if you are the insured, it does you any good. Because you won't be here to know what happened to the money, what they're doing with it. Listen to me. The thing is this, you have to define the reason why you have insurance. And you don't need insurance till you're 100. Because once you've taken care of your debt and obligation, mostly your home, then once you have taken care of your home and pay for your home, then you got money stored away that replaces the insurance. So there's no need for you to have insurance till you are 80. There's no reason why to have insurance till you're 80. Unless you're doing other stuff with your money. Yes, sir.
I think what we're talking about is two different things. Life insurance is just what you're saying. In case you die during that time period to protect your assets. I think though with the life expectancy being longer now, what we need to talk about is elder care and care for the families that are protecting or taking care of the elder. For instance, I'm the only I know you got it,
Mm-hmm.
but we need to slate that as another.
Now,
it makes some.
okay, I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad you watch this. Now, my license, I can sell either a fixed annuity or a variable annuity. Okay, what's the difference between the two? The variable depends on what is the market doing and it affects your portfolio. The fixed is what it is. It's fixed for the life of the annuity. My problem is with annuities. Annuities are designed. Let's say, for instance, if you don't have, let's say, for instance, you retire at 62, and let's say you had $200,000 in your 401k. And you tell the company, I need y'all to send me $2,000 a month. There's a most likelihood that you're going to run out of money. So that's where the annuity kicks in, because the annuity pays you a payment for life. Okay? But the thing is about the annuities, I really haven't found nobody that really qualifies for the annuity. Because first of all, I got to know if you got a sufficient amount of money in your savings account, checking account. Okay? There's a lot of ground that had to be covered, because the annuities are not designed to be liquidated. Okay? So if you qualify for annuity, I give you one. But when you do a profile on most folks, no. In closing, I do thank you. God bless you. Once again, I do thank you for your presence. I do thank you. And before the elder comes, you have something to say, Sister Denise?
So first of all, let's give Reverend Dickens and thank you very much. As Vernon mentioned, this is just phase one. This will be a multi-part session because, as you can see, it is hard to dig deep in just a short period of time. So what I want to ask you to do, in the pad that you have in front of you, what I want is make a note on additional topics you would like for us to bring to you. And this group will move together. Because prayerfully, that I'm praying that you thought this was a success and we will do this again. So I want to make sure everybody who's here, make sure you sign in. And if you did not do a registration form, make sure you give us your email address. Because that way we can keep you in touch. We can send you information that will be very helpful. So in lieu of, that was on me, I thought about the evaluation form at 4 o'clock this morning. So we're going to use the pads and still. So write down what you would like to get more information on. And we will design a workshop around those topics. Because the questions that Reverend Dickens reviewed, these are things that we asked that you wanted more information on in the registration form. So based on what you give us, because we're putting these workshops together for you, to benefit you. Because as he mentioned, as a result of that, it will give you additional liquid income so we can also continue to grow the ministries here at our church. So with that, any parting words, Reverend Dickens, before I bring Elder up to bring us our closing remarks? And I truly thank you. I need you all to eat everything and drink everything on that back table. Because if you don't eat it, we will have to throw it away. So please eat it and drink it.
And that won't be thrown away.
Okay. Sister Elder, could you come forward? And I'm going to be very quick. Sister Denise. Brother Andrew, come on up here with me, brother. Brother Andrew, come on up here with me. Come on, y'all. Come in, Sister Denise. It's about the first time I ever told you what to do. I'm so used to you telling me what to do. Let me have your attention. And this is going to be short and sweet. Our first step to Brother Lee about this, and he was all smiles, right? And we got together with the pastor on the second Sunday of December, and it was all go. But I have to give credit where credit is due. This sister here has spearheaded this workshop. She's communicated. I'm impressed. And I don't impress easy. I tell folks that listen to me. I tell folks, if you want to impress me, buy you an airplane and let me see you fly. But what I want to do, Elder, is that I just don't want to come up here and give a whole lot of lip service. And for myself, and this is very important to give to my heart, to show you my appreciation, I want to give you this card. And one thing about my mom, there's one thing she told me about. She said, when you give me a card, just make sure it's not dry. Receive, presiding elder, Walker. Amen. Let's give my hand, y'all.
Good morning. Now, when I saw on, I think Sister Carol always included us on the email to let us know what's going on. And so I keep up with all of my churches and what's going on. And anything about finances, doing better with your finances, then I'm all ears and all in. And so let us thank both of our presenters, first of all. Let's thank excellent job. So first of all, I just wrote down what I wanted to say, so I wouldn't forget what I wanted to say. First of all, let's bless God for our attendance here this morning. We're headed toward our best health and our best wealth. Amen. Then the second thing I want to say is do everything that was said here today. As much as lies within you, receive everything that works for you that was said here today. Next thing I want to say is start somewhere. Even if it's saving $25 a month, if you don't have a savings with at least, I'm going to say right now, if you don't have a savings, I don't care what age you are, with at least $5,000 in it, that be your minimum goal to go somewhere and try to start saving at least $25 a month. Live within your means. That is my biggest problem. And when you say buy dinner for a stranger, that foolishness, I had to laugh. Because a lot of my money go out being a good Samaritan. And I tell myself, that man probably got more money than you. They got more money than you. And you living from paycheck to paycheck almost and giving away your money. Then the next thing I want to say is work at really getting your own home. Brother Fuller gave you a good insight. If you're still, whatever age you are, you can have your own home, and it is assets to pass down to your children from generation to generation. And then hate debt, get out of debt by hating debt. That's where I'm on my journey right now, trying to get out of debt. So when I retire at age 70, not 75, but 70, I want to be completely out of debt. So I'm serious this year, which I wish I had been serious about it 10, 20 years ago. And then when I got ready to retire, then I could probably buy my own airplane. And then the last thing I want to say is just delight in being financially independent or having financial freedom. Because as he said, it's your own. You have your own time, your own money, your own schedule. You can go where you want to go and live a good life. And so that's our goal, to be able, at the end of the journey, not to be struggling and not to be having to borrow money still at a certain age. So this was excellent. I'm so glad I stay on this same journey with you all. God bless you. You know I love you all so very much. Thank you so much, Brother Fuller and Reverend Dickens, for this wonderful presentation. Well, anything you do say now, I heard what he said about insurance, but I got one baby, and all my money, I'm buying my insurance, so my son and my grandkids won't have to take care of me and worry about how they're going to bury me, and then after they bury me and take care of what they need to daycare, I want them, my son said he going to Africa, because I want him to be able to go to Africa.
One last thing. I hate to come behind the elder, but I have a new email addresses on here. That way it won't get lost. You got your questions, you got stuff you want to deal with, you got a phone number there. Use it. We are here to help. Okay? I'm here to help. Okay? Now, for the folks that may not know this, but I am an independent representative of Primerica. And there are probably some potential folks that's coming aboard. One last thing. Those of you that have a problem with Primerica, put in your search engine. Type it in. Type in what company produces the most seven-figure income. Okay? One last thing. Primerica houses companies that have asset under management $500 billion, $700 billion. Now, those of you that have something to say about the company, can you match it? Can y'all match it? I don't think so. Amen. Our elder's going to end us with a prayer. Amen. Don't leave, y'all. Let's not leave without our benediction. She's going to end us with a prayer. Thank you for coming. God bless you. And may God keep you in my prayer.
Y'all know how I feel about the cold weather. That almost killed me from coming today. I'm going to go to the day. I said, 45. Oh, no. Thank God. And I want to stand and bless God one more time. Thank God again. Amen. Yeah, tell somebody we're hooking up and we're going to be a team. We're going to be successful in that, what we're doing and receiving. Amen. Come on, let's pray.
Oh, I got somebody to pray.
Gracious God, in the name of Jesus, amen, Father. We glorify your holy name. We ask you, Father God, in the name of Jesus, that you will continue, Father God, to bless us with knowledge, understanding, and wisdom to receive what is being, may respond to it, and be obedient, because you want us to grow financially. So we receive the word today. We receive all of the lessons that we learned here today. Whatever we wrote on our papers today, Father God, it was what you would have for us. And many may not have written anything, but it's in their hearts of what they will need to do. So I pray that you will give each of us a 1, 2, 3 at least. That these are the 3 things we're going to do because of what we have gleaned from here today. Thank you for your wisdom, your knowledge, and understanding on Brother Fuller and Reverend Dickens. We love you for all that was done to make this day happen for us. Now bless us as we go, and look forward to having a wonderful worship service with you in the morning. We love you, Lord, and we thank you for protection. In Jesus' name.